How's it going, YouTube? I'm doing outstanding, and today we are playing. Oh, geez, what was this? The farmer was replaced. Um, Getting started. This window contains information about everything in the game. You can move windows around by dragging and dropping the gray part of the window. You can move around by dragging anywhere outside the windows. To get to get started with programming, go to the first program page by clicking it. First program. Text editor. All programming is done in code windows. Each code window corresponds to a text file containing code. You can rename the file by clicking the name of the window. The code can be edited like in any text editor as long as it's not running. You can execute the program directly by pressing the green play button in the code window. You can create more code files using the plus button in the upper right corner of the screen. You can dock a window to another window by dragging it onto it. You will notice that once you start typing, a simple code completion window will pop up. Press Tab to insert the code completion. Use the arrow keys to navigate through the completion options. Don't worry if this is your first time programming. The language is unlocked step by step, so you won't be overwhelmed by all the things you can do. The syntax is also similar to that of Python, which is one of the most widely used programming languages in the world, so learning it is not completely wasted. If you already know Python, it's not a problem either. You'll just be able to skip the early game quickly to get to the more interesting stuff. Code is a sequence of statements that are executed line by line. Currently, the only statements available to you are harvest and do a flip. These are function calls. A function is essentially a piece of functionality that can be executed. You execute it using the parentheses. Try typing these statements in the code window and press the execute button. Do a flip. Flip. Come on now. Flip. Ta-ta. And then... See, it does a flip. But if I replace this with harvest, it harvests. Clicking grass will give you hay. Hay can be used to unlock loops in the unlock menu. Open the unlock menu with the button in the top right corner. What if I go back? Okay. Minimize that. While loop. You have unlocked the while loop and the values true and false. The while loop keeps executing the loop body as long as a condition is true. So, while uh, while true is equal to true. Yes. While true is equal to true. Do this. Ah. There isn't enough indentation here. Oh, I don't have operators. Lame. Alright. Don't worry about creating infinite loops. The delays in the execution will prevent the program from freezing for beginners. Perhaps you have already tried to put several harvest calls in a row. I have not. This allows you to harvest several times in one program run. However, it'd be nice to harvest more than 3 times, and writing the same code multiple times is bad practice. The solution is a loop. A loop allows you to run the same code multiple times. The while loop takes a condition which is a logical value that can only be in one of 2 states, true or false. Such a value is called a Boolean value. The loop then executes the code inside the loop until the condition is false. The while loop would look like this. While condition, loop body, so on. where you have to replace condition with a Boolean value and loop body with whatever you want to do in the loop. There are two constant Boolean variables available. Constants are values that never change during the program. To create a constant Boolean value that is always true, you can simply write true. Write false as a constant Boolean value that will always be false. So you could either write while false, do a flip, or while true, do a flip. The first will never do a flip, and the second will do flips forever. An infinite loop. Normally, creating an infinite loop is a bad idea because it will freeze the program. But in this game, there are delays between each iteration of the loop, so it will cause the drone to keep doing a flip until you manually stop it by pressing the execute button again. So, while true. Notice how the line after the colon is indented. Indentation like this is used to separate blocks of code. Just press tab to add indentation and shift tab or backspace to remove it. The loop will repeat all indented statements after the colon. Statements after the indented block will be executed after the loop has finished. But I'm not getting coin now. The execution speed has been doubled. The problem is that the drone now harvests faster than the grass can go, resulting in no harvest at all. To deal with this, if branches and the can harvest function are now unlocked. While can harvest true. Okay. I guess I should read this. If can harvest, do something. The reason you can... Well, so I guess what I can do is while true, if can harvest Yeah. The reason you can use this function as a condition like this is because it returns a Boolean value. A return value essentially means that after the functionality is executed, the function call expression evaluates to the return value. What happens when the above code runs? The if runs, can harvest is called, can harvest does its thing, can harvest returns true or false. The statement is now if true or if false. The drone does a flip if it can harvest. Now we can use if to prevent the drone from harvesting too early. Grass. Okay, so that didn't appear to have changed anything important. Alright, expand 1. Your farm has grown. This space is not much use if you can't move the drone, so there's a new function. Move. What moves the drone? Move requires that you specify the direction in which you want the drone to move. There are 4 new constants for this: north, east, south, west. For example, move north will move the drone 1 square to the north. If you move over the edge of the farm, the drone will be moved to the other side of the farm. The following example code will keep moving north and wrap back to the start when it reaches the edge of the farm. So, what I want it to do is while true, if can harvest, harvest, then move north. Brilliant. I am amazing. Sure, planting. Grass is nice because it grows automatically. All other plants have to be planted with the plant function. The only plant you can plant right now is a bush. You can pass the type of plant you want you can pass the type of plant you want to plant to the function like this, plant entities.bush. This will plant a bush under the drone. Call clear to reset the farm to all grass and reset the drone position. Why would I want to plant a bush? While true, if can harvest, harvest, plant, where was that? Plant. Nice. Soil turf. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. That changed. Alright, so plant entities dot bush then move okay, so that's how I get wood. Interesting. I can't make them any smaller than that. That's fine. Just minimize that one for now. Hey, cool. That's nice. Nice. I don't know if that worked. That's okay. Increase the yield of grass. Okay. Senses. Oh, yay. This cough just won't go away. The drone can see now. The functions getPausX and getPauseY return the current X and Y position of the drone. At the start position, they are both 0. The X position increases by 1 every tile towards east, and the Y position increases by 1 every tile towards north. Num items returns how many of an item you have. For example, num items.hay returns how much hay you have. Get entity type and get ground type return the type of entity or ground that is under the drone. Once you have unlocked operators, you can check if the drone is over a specific entity or ground. Do a flip if you're over a bush. Is if get entity type is equal to entity's bush, do a flip. The none keyword is also unlocked now. None is a value that represents that there is no value. For example, a function that has no return statement will actually return none. Get entity type returns none if there is no entity under the drone. Go ahead and close that one. Go back. Can I? Okay, I can zoom out. I was gonna say, like, geez. I need 300 wheat. So let me just go back to this one. Oh, except that that will plant grass. Thank God. Alright, expand 2. Your farm is expanded again. Now the tiles are no longer in a nice row, so you need to find a way to traverse a square grid. With the while loop, this is not possible until you unlock senses and operators. It is time to introduce the for loop. You can read all about the for loop on the for loop page, but for now you only need to repeat code a fixed number of times. For I in range 5, do a flip. Range creates a range of numbers from 0 to n-1, which has n elements in it. The for loop runs its loop body once for every element in the sequence. In this example, do a flip will be called 5 times. I'm going to turn down the volume on this frickin'... Alright, options, audio... There we go. You can read all about the for loop on the for loop page, but for now you only need it to repeat a code a fixed number of times. Right, I read through that. Yes, will be called 5 times. The function getWorldSize is also available now. It returns the side length of your farm. This way you can write code that won't break with the next expanded upgrade. For I in range getWorldSize, harvest, move north. This example harvests one column of the farm for any farm size. If you're stuck on trying to figure out how to move the drone around the farm, see the hint below. Okay, so let me go back to, well, yeah, this one will be fine. Alright. Yeah, no, I'll edit this one. Because I don't need it to plant, necessarily. So... Alright, yeah. For I in range get world size harvest move north. There we go. So this allows me to just do that once. So how do I get it to... Alright, so for iron range, get world size. But that just tells me the north. What? Returns the side length, but what about the width? Suppose since it's a 3x3, it doesn't really matter. So for I in range get world size. Yes. Move east. Okay, and now while true, just simply bop everything over one more tab, and it should beautiful. You're probably just gonna say now, but I like having two windows because then I can like leave one running while I edit the other. Close that one now. Operators, arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiply, divide, percent, multiply. I don't know what that means. Comparison operators being, you zoom in? All right, equal, not equal. So equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, or equal to, and less than or greater than. Boolean operators, not and or. All numbers in the game are floating point numbers. So all arithmetic operators are floating point operators. / is defined to just floor the number after the division. Okay. For assignment operators, you need to unlock the variables unlock. Operators allow you to compare, modify, and combine values. The arithmetic operators are used to perform common mathematical operations on numbers. The comparison operators are used to compare values. The result is always either true or false. The logic operators, also called Boolean operators, not and or, are used to combine truth values. Plus and minus are used for addition and subtraction. So 2 plus 3 evaluates to 5. 3 minus 2 evaluates to 1. Asterisk, slash, and slash are used for multiplication and division. 2 times 3 evaluates to 6. 5 divided by 2 evaluates to 2.5. Slash does the same thing as slash, but the result is floored, rounded down to the next integer. So 5 slash 2 evaluates to 2. I see. Percent is the modulo operator, also known as the remainder operator. It essentially divides the two numbers and then returns the remainder. You can also think of it as repeatedly subtracting the right number from the left number until the remainder is less than the right number. So 4% 2 evaluates to 0. 5% 2 evaluates to 1. 6% 2 evaluates to 0. 2% 6 evaluates to 2. And 1.5% 1 evaluates to 0.5. Star is the power operator. So 2 star 2 evaluates to 4. But negative 5 star 3 evaluates to negative 125. Oh, because it's at, I see. Power operator. That's okay. Equal to and not equal to are used to check of two values are equal or not equal. They can be used on all types of values. So 2 equals 2 evaluates to true. Entities.bush not equals entities.bush evaluates to false. 3 not equal to 3 plus 1 evaluates to true. These can only be used on numbers. They check if the left number is smaller than or equal to, bigger or equal to, smaller or bigger than the right number. Yes. Logic operators, we know these. Or at least I know these, I suppose. I could still read them. Not simply inverts a value, so not false evaluates to true, not true evaluates to false, and evaluates to true only if both values are true. True and true evaluates true, true and false evaluates false, false and false evaluates to false. Or evaluates to true if at least one of the values is true. So true or true, 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 false, false, false. Fun. This is a game, folks. I don't have carrots yet. All right, debug. Sure. Sometimes your code just doesn't work and you need to find out why. There are a couple of tools to help you do that. The first is to execute the program step by step. You can go into a step-by-step mode with the button next to the execute button or by setting a breakpoint. Breakpoints can be added by clicking on the breakpoint panel to the left of the code. When execution reaches line where the breakpoint is, it will automatically switch to step-by-step mode. When you hover over a variable, its current value is displayed. The print function can also be very useful. It will print any value passed to it directly into the air. Examples: print O.24 prints O.24. Print can harvest prints true or false. Print get pos xy prints the current position. The print function prints the value directly into the air and to the output page. Printing into the air can sometimes be a bit slow if you want to print a lot of values. In this case, you can use a quick print function which prints only to the output window. The output window also logs warnings and errors. So if something doesn't work as expected, it can be useful to check that. When the execution stops, the output is also written to the output.txt file in the game folder. You can find the game folder by selecting Menu, Load, Open Folder. I suppose I should find some way to get it to... I want it to only plant bushes sometimes. So essentially what I want it to do is complete this set 3 times. and then I wanted to swap it to bush. Hmm. So let me just go ahead and copy this, paste it here. So while true, it does this loop, which is obviously fine. I want it to have that for in range, so this will be 3 on this one, and then it'll also go to the side 3 times. Wonder what would happen if I just do for I in range. Get world size. Tab all of these over just for fun, right? Then it'll do that. It'll do one full loop of this, then a second full loop of that, and a third full loop of that. And then what I want it to do is, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and move all that back and delete that. Because what it can do is harvest, and then I don't even have it checking if it can harvest. Uh, if it can harvest, then it will harvest, move north, east. Right? Yes. No. This still needs to be back here. If can harvest, harvest, then move north. But in between, I wanted to plant entities dot bush, and then move north. What if I do this? Eh? Oh, it's just slightly offset. Okay. I'm like, what in the world is it doing? Okay. Well, so I think it'd be better to do this. Than it's not gonna work. What if I go here, move this back, and then just do clear? I don't understand. What? It's true. Move into this. Set to 3. This is also set to 3. If it's true, we'll harvest. Then it plants the bush. Then moves north. Checks if it can harvest. Harvests. Plants the bush. Moves north. Checks if it harvests. Harvests it. Plants a bush. Moves north. At which point it will move east. Then it will harvest. Plant the bush and move north. Harvest, plant bush, move north. Harvest, plant bush, move north. Move east. Harvest, plant bush, move north. Harvest, plant bush, move north. Harvest, plant bush, move north. Moves east. And then clears. I see. Were I in range? Can I just do 2? I think I want to leave this here. I don't understand. Okay. Before it clears, I want it to get so how am I supposed to use that? Gets the current X position of the drone. The X position starts at 0 in the west and increases and returns a number representing. So X comma Y is equal to get pos X and get pos Y. So at this point, I want if get pos X is greater than 0, move west. Or I could actually do while and then immediately after do while get pos Y move that. Then So the first one is going to be a little messed up because it has to actually, you know, get into position. What? Why does it immediately move? So it got position X and moved, but it shouldn't have moved at all, right? If it's 0, it doesn't do anything. It moves on. While get position Y is 0, does nothing. Good. But then it clears. If I step through it, it doesn't do it. That's very weird. But as long as it's doing this, I suppose that's fine. I've increased the speed of grass significantly. Almost, it should be much faster than the drone by now, I would imagine. Costs 1,000 chests. Okay. Costs 1,000 chests. Costs 100 wood. Carrots. Before you can plant carrots with plant entities carrots, you have to do 2 new things. First, carrots can only grow on tilled soil. To till the soil, simply call till. Calling till again will change it back to grounds. Turf. Oh, grounds.turf, I see. The second new feature is that carrots need to grow. You can buy carrot seeds with the new trade function. And they need seeds to grow. Okay. The second new feature is a carrots need seeds to grow. You can buy carrot seeds with the new trade function. You have to pass an item type to trade like this. Trade items.carrot seed. If the item can be bought, then it will be bought with this. You can see the cost of any item in its tooltip. The tooltip appears when you mouse over the item itself or the name in code. You're telling me that items.carrot seed items.carrot seed code tooltip carrot seed, but I have to capitalize the I. Carrot seed costs 1 of each of those. Hi. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete all that. Oh, I see. Before you can plant carrots, yeah, so I'll have to find a way to do all of this. Well, so, what if I go ahead and copy this, place that here. Oh, nope. No. While true, the first thing it should do is clear, I feel. Like so. But before that, it should move. So I will just go ahead and do this. That way, when you start the code, it moves into position, but then that doesn't need to repeat. So this will make sure it moves into the right position, and then it'll clear. Plant first the one, then the other. So let's just make sure this works. So it moves into position. I still don't know why it moves all the way to the side. But only when it's sped up. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, paste it here, because it's cleaner code. So for carrots, want it to do all this. It'll move north 3 times and then east once. Or, well, east technically 3 times. I suppose there's no reason to have that part of the code anymore, is there? If I get rid of this, move all of these back 1. Never mind. It wasn't necessary. I forgot why, though. Well, it executes this twice. Okay. I'm going to make one for just doing bushes so I can get more wood. What? Moves in position. Strew gets the world size, which is 3. If it can harvest, harvests, plants the bush, then moves north. Plants the bush, moves north. Plants the bush, moves north. Then it moves east. Plants bush. Plants bush. Plants bush. Why does it work fine in step by, but not in full speed? What the fuck? I'm just gonna make a specific carrot code, specific grass code, and all that, just because I don't know, doing it all at once really doesn't seem to be worth it. So this, I'll call hay, wood, and carrot. So this will still move it into the correct position. It will clear it. But this doesn't need to be here. This doesn't need to be here. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. And of course, that does not need to be there. So, or there's too much indentation. Yeah. But that's not true. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Get into position. Check the world size. If you can, harvest, harvest. 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 Oh. You only need the clear before. So that's my hay. Put you back into the wood. Alrighty, so let's just go ahead and start off by copying, well, really all of this. It can harvest, harvest, otherwise till, trade. How do I trade? Items dot carrot seed plant entities dot carrots move north east. I know for a fact it tells you to get into position first. And then why? What the fuck is going on? Stop. At no point should you be placing fucking grass. Get into position. You true. Get the world size. First you harvest it. You till it. You trade. Wait, why didn't you till? Aha! So if you tilled land. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's just go ahead and run this one for a minute. Oh, you can grow bushes on tilled land. Handy. But you cannot grow grass. Which is fine because this sets it all back to grass. So, let's just, because I'd rather run things separately, do a quick little grab this. For iron range, get world size. If it should be able to sense it, though admittedly I'm not sure how. I want it to be able to detect. Can harvest, clear, do a flip, get entity type, get ground type. There we go. If get ground type is not equal to grounds dot soil till, then move north, move east. Except I don't want that to loop. I want this one to end once it's done. So for I in range, get world says. So this should perfect. It just tills. That's what I want it to do. So let me shrink this bad boy here, and then lovely. I don't need it to till. Get into position. If it can harvest. Ah, that's a problem. Do I have else? Good. If do flip, no, else. Oh, else if condition 2. Gotcha. Will this work? I unfortunate that I set that up this way. Okay. So after getting into position, I wanted to do for I in range, get world size. If No. It should build get entity type. Get entity type equal to none. Let's go ahead and why didn't that clear? Get into position. It is skipping over code. Oh, because I put it in the while. That's why. Okay. I want you to till it, and then for iron range, get the world size. If get entity type is none, and uh, 30, and how do I count the number of grass seeds I have? Is that an unlock? Freeze, waters, variables. Variables can be thought of as named containers that can hold a value. Declare a variable. Not quite what I'm looking for. I just want to know. Items.carrot seed. Okay, so and items dot carrot seed. Is that right? So this will check if there's nothing planted below it and that I have no carrot seeds. That what I'll do is if items dot carrot seed equal to 0 trade and this won't be necessary because I will always have, at a minimum, 1 carrot seed. Hmm. If items dot carrot seed 0 trade for a carrot seed, else, right? Oh, it's not capitalized. Else, plant the carrot, move north. Move east. So 4 I in range, get the world size, which is 3 in this case. If there's nothing there, and if, well, yes, if the, all right, you know what, let's just step through. Oh, error. Okay. Well, sorry, was here? There isn't enough indentation here. Else, do this. Okay. Step through it, make sure it's in the right position. If, ooh, this is not a function. Okay, how do I... Can harvest clear to a flip, get any type, get ground type, pause, get world size, harvest, move. Number of items. Find out how much of an item you currently have. That's what I need to do. If num items carrot seed. Oh, and this is where I have items dot carrot seed. Okay. If number of items dot carrot seed is equal to 0, trade items dot carrot seed. So if number of items dot carrot seed. Okay, so now let's step through it. Moves to the correct position, checks if carrot seed is equal to 0, which it is not, so it will not trade. We'll then get the world size, check if there's an entity there, and then if I have no carrot seeds, it will trade for one, otherwise it will plant a carrot, move north, and then it moves east, which is not what I want. So 4i in range, get world size, okay, now it'll step through, it'll be fine. If the number of items of carrot seed, blah, 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 gets world size, moves on. Oh, shit. If the number of items of carrot seed is... Shit. Does this need to be here? So if get any type none is true, then it should see, entity type. If it's none, it moves east. I see. Not what I want. I want it to move north. So what I want here is an else. Okay. Walk it through. So now, none. Checks carrot seeds. Plants the carrot. Moves north. Checks for carrot seed. Move north. Then it will move east and do it all over again. Okay. Now I need to fix this while statement. Under this, so while it is true for iron range, if can harvest, harvest, trade. Aha. So I need to change this over to if the number of items, item dot carrot seed equal to 0. Trade, otherwise plant, move north. Items. Carrot seed. This will move north, move north, move north, and east, and north, and north, and north, and east. So it should work. And it checks to see how many it has. Ah, yep, that was my fault. I saw that one and then didn't fix it. I thought it was purchasing every time. It's not. But we'll see what happens when it runs out. Perfect. They're very slow to grow. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you have a good